A really good defense there by Thiel on that last possession, really guarding for a possession and a half when that shot clock reset when the ball went out of bounds. Dansby got a good look at three, not the best three-point shooter. Thiel has to come up with something here.
Johnson working down low on Fuller. Unable to get it to go, but able to grab a rebound. Jump ball, possession arrow favors Thiel here. And the Tomcats will stay on the attack. So you can see Destiny Johnson definitely not playing at 100% right now as she's hobbling around the court. Went down with an injury beginning of the first half. Waynesburg able to steal the ball away here. Marley Wolf charging down the court. Waits for the offense to regroup. Robinson thinking about a three potentially. Fuller double teamed here. Whistle and a foul on the court on Emily Harriman. Emily Harriman's sister played at Thiel with her. Speaking of Thiel College former players, former Thiel superstar Jessica Vormelker in the building today. Also was an assistant coach for Waynesburg over the past few years. Nika Dansby to Fuller. Whistle and a foul on the court here. Looks like the foul will go on Destiny Johnson. And it will. Destiny Johnson's first foul in the matchup here. Still no scoring happening here in the second half. Leighton Croft. Layup, no good here. Leighton Croft 0 for 3 to start off the second half. Destiny Johnson loses possession of the ball here. Whistle and a foul on Johnson here. Her second foul on her in about 30 seconds.
And just a real sloppy start to this second half. No points so far through the first 2.5 minutes. Waynesburg's just got to get back to what it was doing in that first half and have Dansby control the ball, get Avery Robinson some touches, and Brooke Fuller just has to get in the paint, get good positioning, and try to get her going again.
Robinson working here. Guarded by Colleen Trainer. Trainer hits the court hard. A charge on Avery Robinson. Thiel able to take over here. Harriman leading the charge. Wagner to Johnson. Johnson working down low on a double team, not able to get it to go. Anika Dansby with the rebound. Dansby to Robinson. Robinson three-pointer, no good from her. Rebound from Leighton Croft, though. Robinson gets it to go from the free throw line, though. The first points here in the second half. Robinson has 8, her season average is 11 per game. Emily Harriman loses possession of the ball, but a blocking foul here on Marley Wolf. Marley Wolf, her third foul of the game. And Marley Wolf will sub out of the game, as well as Leighton Croft. Destiny Robeson checking in, as well as Madison Dayton. Harriman to inbound it to Johnson. 23 on 23 here. Shot put up, no good. Johnson able to grab a board, though. The putback from Johnson goes. Has a little finger gun celebration after the make from her. Yeah. Thiel's first points in the second half.
I think Destiny Johnson has to start to take over this game for Thiel if it wants to try to get the lead and hold on to win. She's clearly the best offensive player on the team, not having the best of nights, but she's going to have to play her best ball if she wants to lead her team to a victory tonight.
Everybody trying to steal the ball away from Anika Dansby here. Jump ball called. Waynesburg able to regain possession after the possession arrow points Waynesburg's way. Robinson will do the inbounding duties. Inbounding the ball was an issue for the Yellow Jackets on Saturday. Hasn't been a storyline in this one, though. I'm sure head coach Sam Jones loves that that's not a part of the story of this game. Layup, and it falls for Madison Dayton. Dayton with 6 points in this game, averages around 7 this season. Waynesburg with a 9-point lead here. Johnson working, pretty much triple teamed whistling a foul on Madison Dayton here.
That's just what Waynesburg has to do. When Destiny Johnson, she had a wide open look from 3, but not much of a three-point shooter. And if you're Waynesburg, you just got to crowd that paint area and make it difficult for Destiny Johnson, as they did right there. It's only Dayton's first foul, so really no harm. Johnson only a 70% free throw shooter on the season.
First one goes in here for Johnson. And Johnson right now is the only Tomcat that has been sent to the line so far in this game. Before that shooting foul there on Madison Dayton, no Tomcat has made their way to the charity stripe. And Johnson able to go 2 for 2 at the free throw line here. Shania Steers-Royale checks into the game here for Colleen Trainer. Dansby calling out a play on offense here. Great camera shot from our camera operator, Jesse Kane. Madison Dayton working. Over to Dansby. Fuller down low. Fuller, mid-range jumper, goes for her. Brooke Fuller with 15 points, her first basket of the second half, though. Comes right around the 5-minute mark in the third quarter. Susani. Johnson with it. Steers-Royale. Over to Harriman. Harriman trying to drive into the paint for a shot. Three-pointer up from Wagner, no good. Robeson with the rebound.
That was a great feed there by Emily Harriman, flying through the paint. Wagner was wide open, just missing the three. She only shoots 21% from beyond the arc this season.
And Destiny Johnson able to steal it away here. Euro step in the layup, and it goes for her. Destiny Johnson with 14 points, Thiel's leading scorer, second leading scorer in the game.
I said she had to take over in this second half, or at least to spark this Thiel offense. 6 points here in the second half, and after every bucket she's making, she's saying some stuff down the floor. She's been talking to the student section a little bit, so she's starting to feel herself a little bit here in the third quarter.
Destiny Johnson, the only Tomcat to score here in the second half as well. Harriman over to Wagner. Wagner for three, no. Rebound by Fuller. One of the best rebounders in the President's Athletic Conference. In fact, she is number 1 in rebounds per game. Ella Marconi, the other great rebounder in the PAC from St. Vincent. Dayton at the free throw line. Shot blocked here. Fuller able to keep possession though, and a floater from Dansby off the grid. Yellow Jackets up by 7. Wagner, great ball movement. Johnson just walking her way up the court here. Harriman. Harriman going into the paint. Great pass off to Steers-Royale, and Royale not able to get it to go. Just 3:18 left in the third quarter here. Watching all the action on the Waynesburg University Sports Network. I'm Riley Holsinger, joined by Tanner Saprosky, executive producer Jeremiah Miller, setting up all the action for us today. Fuller setting up work down low and gets it to go. Brooke Fuller heading to the free throw line. And Brooke Fuller just having a great game.
Big bucket from Fuller right there. She's been pretty quiet this second half. There's been a lot of bodies thrown at her down low. It's good to see her fighting through that defense, picking up an and one. Chance to complete a three-point play as Destiny Johnson subbing out of the game as well. Young Pablo Picasso there in the student section.
Fuller gets the and one to convert. I like that. I'm not doing as many cheesy things this game, so you're able to chime in with your own personality, TC. It works out.
That'll probably be the only one, but we'll see. Still a lot of game left.
I know. I haven't gotten anything to drop yet. I haven't had any chances to. Merriweather back into the game here. Colleen Trainer working. Over to Steers-Royale. And ball deflected out of bounds here from Madison Dayton. Dayton doing a great job for Waynesburg defensively. Always a pest for the opposing team. And Leighton Croft just lays the wood on Destiny Merriweather here. Hard foul from Croft. Croft's first foul of the game here, team fourth. Just 2:36 left to go in the third quarter here. Susany for three. No good. Susany's been cold this whole second half. And Leighton Croft once again being tough on defense here. Nika Dansby working, gets up a layup, but she's fouled on the way up. Head to the line for two here. Foul is going to be on Merriweather. Merriweather's fourth foul of the game, so Merriweather in foul trouble. Looks like Destiny Johnson might come into the game to check in for her. And Dansby able to get that free throw to go. Dansby averages right around 60% from the charity stripe this season. Able to go 2 for 2 on this trip to the line. As Johnson will check in for Merriweather here. 12-point lead for Waynesburg. 2:18 left in the third quarter. Johnson working in right now. Steers Royale, puts up a shot. No good, rebounded by Anika Dansby. And head coach Sam Jones telling Dansby to slow it down a little bit. Dayton guarded by Johnson. Avery Robinson cutting into the paint there. Her layup doesn't go. She wanted a foul on that one. Isn't going to get one though. Thiel struggling on offense this half. Destiny Johnson, the only person to score for the Tomcats, and scores once again. Johnson heads to the line for and one. Foul on Anika Dansby.
And when I was saying Destiny Johnson needs to step up and take over, I didn't mean to do it all by herself. She's the only player to score in the second half for the Tomcats. But like we talked about in the open, Thiel has to find its second and third scores. It was Taylor Susany in that first half with 9. But right now, Destiny Johnson just doing it all by herself for the Tomcats.
A whistle right now on the court with 1 minute and 31 seconds left to go in the third. Waynesburg holding on to that 9-point lead right now, as it looks like there might be an issue with the clock right now. And I mentioned it on Saturday, TC. It seems like every game that we do, there's an issue with the clock. It doesn't matter who's operating the board.
They usually get it fixed, though, pretty efficiently early on in the season. It took a little longer, but still a good crew over there at the scorers table.
Robinson not able to get her shot to go here. Ball rolls out of bounds, stays Waynesburg's way. Robinson not having a great shooting performance so far in this game. Only made 3 of her shots, attempted 13 of them though. Robeson thought about a shot there. Driving in though, stolen away from Rebecca Litz. And Johnson driving down the court here. Layup falls for her. Destiny Johnson now the game's leading scorer with 19 points. Under 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. Robinson working here. Gets a screen from Dayton. Dansby driving in, shot blocked by Steers Royale, but a whistle and a foul here will send Anika Dansby to the free throw line once again here. On Dansby's first trip to the line earlier in the quarter, went 2 for 2, hopes to do the same here. As Dansby gets that one to go here. Right now 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Nice little turnout from the student section here tonight, especially for what could potentially be the only playoff game here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. The Waynesburg men's team tipping off tomorrow in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania against Geneva. Thiel able to keep possession here. Under 30 seconds left to go in the quarter. Johnson shot off the grid. Thiel able to grab the rebound here. Put back no good though.
Great rebound there from Anika Dansby. There was about 4 players down low in the paint. It was a missed shot there, and Dansby just went all the way up and ripped that one down, giving Waynesburg an extra possession here at the end of the quarter.
Shot clock turned off. 5 seconds left. Layup from Leighton Croft, no good. Rebound by Thiel here. And that will be the end of the third quarter here. So Waynesburg will hold on to a 9-point lead here in the first round of the PAC basketball tournament. Waynesburg holds on here. They'll face off against Washington and Jefferson tomorrow night, but you're watching all the action right now on the Waynesburg University Sports Network. (49-40) to start the fourth quarter here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. Destiny Johnson might not be able to gritty, but she's able to score the basketball. 11 points in that third quarter, almost outscoring Waynesburg as a team. Yellow Jackets did outscore the Tomcats 13-11, however, to build on this 9-point lead. Johnson, the leading scorer in the game with 19 points, averages 12.2 a night. That's 7th best in the President's Athletic Conference as we start the final 10 minutes of action here from the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse in the first round of the PAC basketball tournament here. The women's edition, Waynesburg versus Thiel. Brooke Fuller had 13 in that first half, 5 in the third quarter as Thiel rips away the rebound. That's Colleen Trainer. Down the floor now for the Tomcats. Destiny Johnson gives it up to Wagner. Wagner into the paint, dishes it off to Steers Royal. Misses the easy layup. Destiny Johnson over Brooke Fuller. Missed the putback attempt. Fuller ends up hitting the ground hard. And a foul called against Thiel. It goes against Shania Steers Royal, her first. Yeah, 2 things from that possession right there. Lexi Wagner had an incredible pass in the paint. And then also Destiny Johnson just showed why she's one of the best rebounders in the President's Athletic Conference as well. You just see the aggression that she has when she goes up to grab some of those boards.
And not one of the tallest players in the conference at 5'9", but is 5th in the PAC with 8.9 rebounds a game, and that's just a strength of her athleticism and tenacity that she goes up to the rim with. Waynesburg up 9. 50 seconds into the fourth quarter. Chance to advance to play Washington and Jefferson tomorrow night. Croft stops and pops from the mid-range. Her first shot of the night gives Waynesburg the 11-point lead. Taylor Susany for 3 in and out and into the hands of Anika Dansby. Another rebound for the 5'4" point guard. Robinson, the Croft, takes a bump and finishes at the rim. Back-to-back buckets for Leighton Croft.
Yeah, Susany just been struggling this whole second half. She had a really great start to the game, but hasn't been able to make anything since.
Destiny Johnson with it right elbow, kicks it out to Trainer. Steers Royal in the paint working against Fuller. Stops, throws it up off the glass and banks it in. Her third bucket of the game, first of the second half, cuts the lead down to 11. 2 minutes through the fourth quarter.
And the first player not named Destiny Johnson to score in the second half for Thiel.
Xavier Robinson, a good screen from Fuller, kicks it out to Dansby. Fuller cuts through the paint. Top of the key to Robinson. Dansby drives, good take. Tried to throw up a shot and got fouled on the way. That one goes against Taylor Susany. That's her first, team second. Nika Dansby will go to the foul line to shoot 2 as Emily Harriman checks into the game for Lexi Wagner for the Thiel Tomcats.
Yeah, Nika Dansby just doing a great job on finding her way to the charity stripe. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Andrea Orlowski with all the creative ways that she was able to find her way to the free throw line. Waynesburg coaches nicknamed Orlowski the cartoonist because of some of the ways that she was able to get there. And Dansby's putting on display of a lot of different ways on how she can get there tonight.
Her first free throw was the first missed foul shot from Waynesburg. She hits the second. She has 10 total points in this one, coming off 8 points and 6 rebounds on Saturday against Geneva. Susany tries the floater, missed it. Steers Royal, just got stripped there by Brooke Fuller, took it right out of her hands and gives it up to Dansby over midcourt. Robinson on the left wing, down low to Dansby. One more to Fuller, wide open, and it finally rolls around and in for Fuller. 20 points for the senior in what potentially could be her last college basketball game, but definitely doesn't want it to be. Avery Robinson knocks it out of play. 7:17 remaining in the fourth. 56-42 now. Waynesburg leads, extends the lead up to 14. Biggest lead of the night for the Lady Jays.
It was a very bold strategy of Thiel to double-team Avery Robinson, who's shooting 3 for 13 tonight, and then to leave Brooke Fuller wide open, who had 18 points before that made basket.
Colleen Traynor just knocked in a tough layup there against the Waynesburg defense. Cuts the lead down to 12 now. Dansby. Fuller has the height advantage against Steers Royal, and Dansby swinging her arms around, knocks Colleen Traynor to the ground and is called for the offensive foul. As the student section rains down the boos here with 6:48 left in the fourth. Still a 12-point lead for Waynesburg, however, but Dansby called for her second foul.
Yeah, that's a little bit of the influence in Matt Pioch coaching. I played pickup with him a couple of times, and he's a big guy who throws his elbows around there, but certainly not what you want if you're the Yellow Jackets here. But second time that Traynor was able to generate a charge. So great of her for being active defensively.
Destiny Johnson showing off the toughness in the paint once again. Missed her shot, got her own rebound, and then got fouled by Brooke Fuller. That's Fuller's second, team's second. Johnson goes to the line, misses her first. That's her first missed free throw of the game. She was 3 for 3 before that. Johnson, 1 for 2 from the line. 20 points now for Destiny Johnson. Timeout taken on the floor. 6:38 remaining in the fourth. Waynesburg leading 56-45 here in the first round of the President's Athletic Conference tournament. Waynesburg versus Thiel, the 8 and the 9 seeds. Waynesburg finished the regular season with a 5-13 conference record. Thiel a 3-12. Waynesburg's 2-0 versus Thiel so far this season. 27-8 all-time. Currently riding a 7-game winning streak against the Tomcats and a 16-3 record at home. So Waynesburg has definitely had Thiel's number since the beginning of this matchup.
Yeah, they certainly have, and when these two teams match up in the playoffs, it's time to throw the record books out of the window. They really don't matter as much anymore. We saw last year in this game, Thiel was down kind of big heading into the second half, but Rachel Breckenridge was able to really get the Tomcats back into it. The question will be for Thiel is, who's going to be that Rachel Breckenridge for you tonight?
And Ananka Dansby turns it over. Destiny Johnson made a great pass to Colleen Traynor, but couldn't handle it. Johnson missed opportunity there for the Thiel offense. And a blocking foul called against Emily Harriman as Anika Dansby was trying to turn the corner and get down the floor. Maybe a little bit of acting there from Harriman, trying to draw the third offensive foul against Dansby. But Waynesburg keeps possession, 6:20 left in the fourth.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do to try and get yourself the ball back here.
Robinson with it on the left wing. Pulls from 3 and splashes it home. Avery Robinson has been pretty cold all night, but hits a big 3 there to put Waynesburg up by 14. 6 minutes left here in the final quarter of regulation. Johnson outside the Traynor. Spins to the right, off the glass and out. Rebounded by Fuller.
Yeah, great job by Traynor just navigating herself away from Brooke Fuller, just not able to get the layup to fall in for her.
Marley Wolf back in the game for Waynesburg as well. She was on the bench for a couple minutes with those 3 fouls. She's scoreless tonight. Had 17 on Saturday against Geneva. played very well that game offensively and defensively. She slashes to the net here, misses. Dansby rebound. Robinson with one on the shot clock, misses. Doesn't hit rim, and shot clock violation is called. Thiel takes over with 5:21 left in the fourth quarter. Thiel trailing by 14. Here's Emily Harriman, drives baseline, bounces it out to Colleen Trainer. Tries to split the defense, looking for Steers Royal, stolen by Avery Robinson. She's had a couple steals so far tonight.
She's had 6 of them tonight. She's been incredible defensively for the Yellow Jackets.
Not the best shooting night, but does have 11 points, 2 3-pointers. Dayton cross court to Wolf. On her first step, called for a travel as she got around Colleen Trainer. Another Waynesburg turnover. Lexi Wagner back in the game, and Destiny Merriweather checking back in for the Tomcats as well, playing with those 4 fouls.
Yeah, a little frustrating from Marley Wolf tonight in her performance. Still looking for her first points in the game. Also has 3 fouls on her.
Inside 5 minutes to go. Waynesburg leading 59-45. Thiel with the ball. Destiny Johnson drives baseline. Tries the reverse and got fouled by Fuller. That's Fuller's 3rd foul. Destiny Johnson goes back to the foul line, looking to add to her 20-point night.
Yeah, Destiny Johnson's been incredible for Thiel in this game. She was incredible the last time these two teams have matched up, and the last time they matched up in the playoffs as well. Last year in this game, Destiny Johnson had 18 points. She's even stepping up even more.
Johnson missing 2 of her last 3 free throws, has 1 left on this trip, and sinks it in. She has 21 points. Thiel now trailing by 13, 4.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Marley Wolf, she did a bunch on Saturday of breaking the press by herself. She did there, almost turned it over, but Madison Dayton with possession of it. Into the hands of Anika Dansby now. Dansby drives baseline, took the bump from Merriweather. No foul call. That would have been the one that fouled her out of the game, as Anika Dansby picks up her 3rd foul, and head coach Sam Jones not happy with Dansby on that one. A foul a long way from the basket. Gives Thiel the ball with 4:20 left in the fourth, down 13.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those fouls that you don't want to be giving up, especially at this point in the game where every point matters and almost every foul matters as well.
Merriweather with 4 fouls on the floor for Thiel. Little pick and roll into the paint. Harriman with it, got doubled, kicked it out to Colleen Trainer. Trainer drives in the Dansby, and that's a charge.
And that's payback as well. Colleen Trainer ended up getting Anika Dansby with an offensive charge a little bit ago, and Dansby said, you know what, I'm going to try it myself here, see if it'll help my team out, and it does. Dansby also does a great job of just generating charges in general.
Not afraid to step in and take that contact. Robinson, Fuller, turns around, spots up on Johnson, jump shot rolls in and out, and Johnson with pace. Into the paint, Fuller just hit the ground. Johnson blew right by her. 2 more points for Destiny Johnson, 23 points for number 23. 3:29 left in the fourth quarter, 59-48. Waynesburg still with an 11-point lead. But Thiel's going to need somebody else to step up besides Destiny Johnson to try to cut this lead down.
Yeah, and if you're Thiel, you have to hope it's Taylor Susan. Already 3 made 3-pointers in this game. Easily your best shooter from outside of the arc. And you definitely need her to make some big shots in this point in the game here. But this whole second half, it's been Destiny Johnson and Destiny Johnson only. She hasn't gotten any help at all. Only 2 other Tomcats have scored, and they've only scored 1 basket each, whereas Waynesburg's gotten help all around, but it's mostly been that big performance by Brooke Fuller and Anika Dansby here in the second half.
Still 3:29 left in the fourth quarter. Waynesburg up 11. Fuller with 20 points to lead her team. She does have 3 fouls. Marley Wolf has 3, and Dansby has 3 as well. On the Thiel side, not much foul trouble other than Destiny Merriweather, who's been held scoreless so far tonight, and that's in part because she has 4 fouls herself. 4 team fouls for each team. 5 timeouts left for Waynesburg. Only 2 left for Thiel. Sam Jones comfortable with letting his team play it out.
And his team's been playing overall just very well tonight. No real issues or points in the game where he's needed to call a timeout.
Thiel showing some full court press. Dayton and Wolf trying to break out of it for the Jackets. Wolf tripped up and hits the ground near midcourt. A lot of contact stolen away by Wagner. Wagner drives. No foul called. And now an over the back foul called against Destiny Merriweather, and that's going to be number 5.
Yeah, that's going to be a big loss for the Thiel Tomcats here, especially defensively. Key piece to your bench here, and to go without her for the rest of the game, that's definitely going to be hard for Thiel to deal with.
And that'll send Madison Dayton to the foul line for Waynesburg as Thiel head coach Rob Clune trying to plead his case and maybe get an explanation from the referee over there on the sideline. Madison Dayton, 2 shots here, splashes home the first one. Only a 56% free throw shooter on the season. Made her first, makes her second. 8 points for Madison Dayton, averages 6.9 per game, along with 5.4 rebounds for the 5'8 freshman, 2-sport athlete, also a member of the volleyball team here at Waynesburg. It's Destiny Johnson into the paint, kicks out the trainer, drives in on Fuller. This one goes all the way on the top of the backboard. So Waynesburg will take over with a 13-point lead, 3:03 remaining in the 4th.
Waynesburg should have a lot of practice on beating the press here. Had to do it a lot Saturday in the game against Geneva.
And once Waynesburg was able to inbound the ball, get over those problems, they didn't really have a problem beating the press. Haven't had a problem yet against this Thiel press. And Waynesburg at this point just take care of the ball with a 13-point lead, 2:40 left in the 4th. Here's Anika Dansby into the paint. A lot of contact, no foul. Shania steers Royal, gets the rebound and then whistled for a travel. 2:37 left in the 4th. Waynesburg up 13.
Yeah, and partly a lot of that's due to Madison Dayton and her being the pest that she is on defense. This does a really great job.
Dansby with it, deep out on the right wing. New shot clock for the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. Dansby in the high post, the Fuller, smothered by Johnson and Harriman. Harriman comes away with it for Thiel. Drives to the left elbow, dishes it off to Colleen Trainer. Back to Harriman, back to Trainer. Wide open out there. Passes it up, steps inside the arc, misses the jumper. Avery Robinson, strong rebound. Gets over midcourt, cross-court pass to Anika Dansby. It seems like all the energy just drained out of Thiel right now. Inside 2 minutes, down by 13. Second half has been a struggle offensively for everybody not named Destiny Johnson as Anika Dansby drives into the paint. Whistle called and a foul against Emily Harriman. That's her 3rd. Anika Dansby will go to the foul line where she is 5 for 6 so far tonight, make it 6 for 7. Dansby's up to 11 points, only averages 5 per game. Having a very solid night so far tonight with just 1:48 left. As she goes a perfect 2 for 2 on that trip. 7 for 8 from the foul line tonight for Anika Dansby.
Yeah, normally we don't see her head to the free throw line that often in the game, but she's capitalizing on the trips that she's had.
Johnson tried a mid-range jumper. Missed the shot. Avery Robinson got the rebound and then walked with it. Thiel take over on the baseline. 1:33 remaining in the 4th. Waynesburg up 63-48. Here in the first round of the PAC playoffs. If the results hold like they are, Waynesburg will travel to Washington and Jefferson tomorrow night to take on the Presidents. Anika Dansby called for her 4th foul. Steers Royal will go to the foul line for 2 foul shots. Only 3 for 10 from the charity stripe so far this season, has 6 points in this one tonight.
Yeah, she's kind of been that energizer bunny off of the bench that Thiel has really needed. Maybe not in the scoring category, but I would say all other areas of the game. She's playing tough defensively, grabbing some boards, doing what she can to try and help Thiel win. Although now that chance is looking bleak for the Tomcats.
She banks in her second free throw after missing the first one. She has 7 total points. Came into the night averaging 3.2 per game, as we're going to see a new line change for Waynesburg. A couple changes already for Thiel. We'll update you on the names on the next dead ball. And Coach Jones just stopping the game to get his substitutes into the game. One of those players, including his freshman daughter, Hannah Jones, into the game, along with Cameron Watson, Rayleigh Furlong, Leighton Croft, and Destiny Robeson. And Thiel goes with Sarah Roseman, Bailey Greger, Jessica Wagner, Gianna Arnice on the floor as well. Hannah Jones takes the jumper, missed it. Steers Royal picks up the rebound and heads down the floor for Thiel. Arnice straight on three, splashes it home. Her first three-pointer of the game, but maybe a little too late for the Tomcats. Inside a minute, Waynesburg the 11-point lead. Destiny Robeson to Hannah Jones, Rayleigh Furlong.
Yeah, definitely going to be a great win for the Yellow Jackets here. The Tomcats have played admirably in this game, though. Definitely a game that you don't want to head the whole way back up to Greenville, Pennsylvania, and hang your head, because there was a lot of fight tonight from the Tomcats, just not enough to get it done.
A lot closer than the first two meetings this season. That first meeting, Waynesburg won 83-66, and then the second meeting just 7 days ago, a 79-58 victory for the Jackets, as Jessica Wagner, the freshman, goes to the foul line to shoot two. 19.1 seconds left on the fourth quarter clock. That's how close Waynesburg is to advancing to the next round in the matchup with the Washington and Jefferson Presidents tomorrow night.
And that game's going to be tomorrow night at 6. That's going to be a tough matchup for the Lady Jackets. W&J holds the season series over Waynesburg, 2-0. Last time Waynesburg and W&J matched up, though, the Presidents ended up blowing out Waynesburg.
Sam Jones is telling Robeson to hold it up as she does. No shot clock. 4, 3, 2, 1, zeros on the clock here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. Led by 20 points from Brooke Fuller, the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets take down the Thiel College Tomcats 63-53 in what really turned into a battle, Riley. In the second half, it was pretty much all Destiny Johnson. You would think if Thiel was able to get some support around its leading scorer, this game could have been closer than the 10-point margin which it was.
Yeah, and Thiel only got outscored by 3 points that whole second half, and I mentioned that they played admirably this whole game, and that's what happened. They just didn't have any support to help out Destiny Johnson here. Rachel Breckenridge, if she was healthy, that would have been a big add for Thiel in this lineup, and it could have potentially even gave Thiel the win, but that's a what-if scenario, and we don't live in the what-ifs. We live in the present, and the present happened, and Waynesburg ended up walking away with a 10-point victory.
Waynesburg 3-0 on the season versus Thiel this season. Back-to-back years of taking the Tomcats down in this first round. Again, Waynesburg will travel just up I-79 to face the Washington and Jefferson Presidents tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Final score is Waynesburg 63-53, and it looks like, Riley, you have some shout-outs you want to make.
Yeah, I do have some shout-outs I want to make. So it's going to be the final production of the year for the Waynesburg University Sports Network. We'd certainly like to give our thanks to everybody who's helped us throughout the year. Tanner and I's last game here on the Waynesburg University Sports Network here. So it's definitely been a good ride, TC. Definitely enjoyed announcing every women's basketball game with you here on the Waynesburg University Sports Network. But a big shout out to all those who ended up working with us throughout the season. And to list them off more specifically here, our director of the afternoon, Ben Champ, technical director and good pal of mine, Brock Owens, graphics, Nick Staso, audio, Mr. Joe Venzel. The tongue always rolls for him when he's announcing Waynesburg women's basketball. A lot of my inspiration comes from him. Our producers, Jeremiah Miller and Tyler Zeman, camera operators, Spencer Ferteri, Logan Lepiscopo, the guy who's operating Mr. Camera 3 right now, Mr. Jesse Kane over there. Great job from him all season long. Mr. Micah Leith, who's fulfilling our Ben Champ duties tonight. Our new hire, Mr. Jay Hawk. Our camera youths, Frank Cortazzo, Will Wilson, and Keegan Robbie. But a big thanks to all of those guys and everybody not named who's helped out with the Waynesburg University Sports Network the entirety of this year and over the past 4 years, Tanner.
Yeah, it's really been a great experience, as this is probably going to end up being our last announcing of Waynesburg basketball. I enjoyed the ride, and it just makes it even more fun with the type of crew that we work with day in and day out, night in and night out. Wouldn't want to be part of any other production here at Waynesburg University. But final score from the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse, 63-53. Your Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets take it. And for myself, Tanner Saprosky and Riley Holsinger signing off for the final time.
This has been a presentation of the Waynesburg University Sports Network.